Happy weekend, everybody. It is upon us. Let's take a look at what happened last week and what we can have. We'll make a relative game plan for the new week. You can see that basically we had a little bit of dollar weakness against the euro and the pound. In the pound, you can see what we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of downward moves in that pair, and that move could be a little bit overdone in the short term at this 158.75 area. In the Euro USD, it's the same thing. Basically every day last week this pair slowly rolled over back below that 137.10 level, and we can see that's 5 days in a row. I'm expecting some sort of pullback to start the week in those crosses. If we look at the Aussie, we didn't get the same kind of conviction lower, but we are once again below 95.90, and in the New Zealand we had the slow move down lower, but now we have support here in this between this 82 and 81.60, and the yen jumped off this trend line. But let's go back to the Euro USD, and you can see now that the pair is sitting at this 135, 134.50 level. It looks like it could. Could find a little bit of a move for a bounce back higher, and if the pair does manage to get back up towards the 136.50, 137 level, we could find buyers buying there in on the dips, on the pullbacks, looking for a continued move lower past this 134.50 down towards this 50 fib in the 133 level, which would also comprise this gap close here, and we could see the momentum push the pair back down to that level. But if we break back above that 130, well, let's say the 137.10 level, then of course all bets are off and we could be right back up to the push to the top higher. In the Great Britain USD, the move could also see a pullback of this 158 level, and we can see that the move originally started around 162.34, and maybe at 160 level we could have buyers come back in. But this move I'm not as confident in, because if you look, we really haven't broken anything. We broke below this ascending trend line, and we've moved since that point from 160.33, about 100 pips lower, but that isn't really a convictive move where I would be willing to jump all in on that. Basically we are just in this range right here, and as long as we're still in this range, I mean we'll probably remain in that range until we break that 158.75 level, close this gap right here. I'm just, at this moment I couldn't really say anything. I'd have to see a break of this 158, but I would probably expect there to be a bounce heading into the new week. So on Monday I'm going to be looking for a bounce in the euro and the Great Britain Oz, or in the beginning of the week, unless we have some conviction to break these levels. Let's get more detail on the Oz. You can see below the 195.90, any move from this point, chart makes it seem a little bit closer to it is. Any move at this point higher could and should and may be capped. I don't have to cover all my bases there at the 95.09 level, so that's what we're going to watch. Any pull up there could attract sellers, and what we would be looking, if we are looking for on a move at this level at this point, if it's going to turn out to be a real move, would be a move to the 50 fib, which is right at the 93 level there, and that 93 level also would close this gap right here. So it's a strength. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't close that gap. We would have to get it pushed a little bit lower towards the 92.60, 50. Let's say 92.50 area. So we're going to keep our eyes on all the Great Britain, the Euro, and the Oz heading into the new week. New Zealand, right there, sitting out of this 82, 81.60 level. As with the other pairs, it looks like we could have a bounce, or at least something similar in the near future. But I mean, all in all, this pair did not really follow the risk move lower, because you can see we started the week at 83.30, let's say, and we're ending the week here around 82.10. So it's about 120 pips, that entire move. Now the USDJPY, on the other hand, boom, 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 looks like it bounced once again off this trend line, and it looks like it's trying to push even higher to close the week. I guess the level to watch is going to be this short term, right around 99. If we break that, then it could be up to 100, 150, and that would definitely break the momentum of this ever closing area. I guess a lot of people are going to be talking about a triangle of some sort here. That doesn't even kick in until we get up to around the 99.50 level. There's a lot of congestion here in this pair, and we'll have to see a break. And then let's look at a couple other pairs. I'm looking at the EURUSD. You can see there's boom, boom, booms in a narrow range here. Looking for a break to the top of either 103.50 or the 132.50 level. I had a nightmare trading this Great Britain Oz this week just because it was so indecisive. Sitting at this 168.90 level, back in and out, in and out, in and out. Can't decide which direction it wants to go in until this pair makes a choice and breaks out of this narrow range. There's really no reason to take a look at that. Don't look away. Take it off your chart. I was thinking about putting in timeout. Great Britain, New Zealand, same thing, bouncing off the 95. All right, everybody, recap. Once again, we're looking for the Great Britain USD, getting close down to this 158.75. Could be in time for a little bit of a pullback. Euro, same boat, a little bit of a euro pullback. Aussie could see a pullback to 95.09. Would be limited. Or in New Zealand, you might be interested because we're sitting right here at the key support at 82. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. If you want to sign up for the Keen feed, do it today, and you'll be locked in on Monday. If not, everybody have a great weekend, or even if you do, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday.